Yeah, just record it. Say, you know, what's all about. The big idea is to take current momentum. We have the London Olympics. We have people wanting to do something. There's a lot of startups going on, a lot of entrepreneurship. Global institutions, not as you said, Ashi, don't realize they can't meet their goals. Somehow it doesn't work. There's web technology, what can connect all people together and also connect ideas together. Like ideas, brilliant ideas, making love with brilliant people, cross-fertilizing. There's physical technology, solar cells, biomass technology, many others for production. It's there. We only need to connect it with appropriate funding, the right focus, inspiration, and the will to do it. There's urgency, and now we must drive people there to jump. We think the London Olympics, we will have a kind of triathlon startup weekend, 3 weekends. We join worldwide our focus together to make that jump. Begin accelerating that ecological transition. Do it. Let's begin and do it. We do it. Thank you.
So even though,
okay,
I mean, what we're creating here and is something where we are digitally coming together, and like Branson says, screw it, just do it, right? Now here's something that kind of catches my attention as I follow the Rio 20. I mean, my fight, it has been advocacy for end user protected tool in the world of digital divide. I mean, I'm in the digital sector, and for me it's all about empowering young people, and I began my own journey in 2004, and it was tough to raise money. It was not easy. This is before, I mean, we're talking about before the Facebook era, okay? Now here's something about the Rio 20 that I don't know if you're aware, but it's a big buzz. Rio 20 is a huge buzz. I'm working with Ashok Khosla, who's the environmentalist for climate change, and I also supported an organization called Earth Charter, and it's a big thing. Rio 20 is a big thing, but this is something I think Diego could also probably shed light if he knows anything about Rio 20. But I was just doing some research, and this is what The Guardian says about the Rio 20. And I think he says, 20 years ago, following the 1992 Earth Summit in Rio, the politics of sustainable development were downplayed. At that time, the widely accepted Brundtland definition of sustainable development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs, valued equity in general, but paid little attention to the particular distinct needs and values. Throughout the 1990s, doing sustainable development often meant using approaches, frameworks, audit systems, and evaluation protocols that were apolitical. The simplicity in the marginalization of many initiatives that were labeled sustainable development left many hopes of Rio 1992 unfulfilled, while the tendency of business and governments to pursue almost anything in the name of sustainability discredited the term. In 2012, the stakes are too high for Rio 20 to go the same way. It is time to put the politics back in all in at all levels. We need to recapture sustainable development as a term that facilitates discussion of diverse goals and values. We need to foster inclusive democratic debate, inclusive across the South and North, among poor and rich, about which pathways to pursue and how the future we want may not be one in which we all share all our sustainable development goals and values, but it can be one in which more of us have a say. Now, democratically, the web is, everyone talks about democracy. It's another new buzzword. Imagine if we followed and invited Virgin to lead this vision with us somehow, with what your passion is and what Diego's passion is, and what Basit's passion is in India, and what Jan's passion is in Tokyo, and all these individuals that we've all come together. Imagine if we got an opportunity to voice. And so for that, I think we may have to really get back in action. And like Richard says, screw it. Let's do it. So let's begin something, and hopefully someone's going to ignite this vision for us, and let's hope it's Virgin Unite, and we can make it happen. So I think, there's room to grow, there's room to debate, and there's room to include. And I think the web is a great way to connect, but there's still a problem around the digital divide. There are people that don't have the right internet connectivities, guys, so I think lately the West tends to overpower the third world, but like what Kofi Annan said during the climate change conference, empower young people, give them education, give them shelter, food, and right now when we see all these droughts going in Africa, it's a real sad case. What happened to humanity? What actually happened to human beings? That there is so much wealth in this world. There is so much to go around. Yet people are starving, and people are eating. Let's not kid ourselves, guys.